why this one it's more expensive than that one. This video is the review of the Pixel G1s. This is a very small, powerful light that I've been using to make some videos and some pictures. In a very small package, in a very simple package, you have a light. Let's see how it works. I wasn't gentle with this light during this review. I use it as it was a light of mine, and as you can see there is already some scratches and some stuff, but that is because I don't take care of nothing. I just hope that the gear keeps up with my lifestyle. The first thing that I'm gonna do is turn it on. So you have this button over here that you just slide to turn it on. That the LCD, it's showing the description of the battery on the top. This I can choose to change the Kelvin, the color temperature that I am sending here in front of the light. So I can use white temperature that I want. Very, very simple. So if I use this knob over here, it reduces, and if I press the button right here, it jumps 20 units at a time. Really easy like so to control the power. Now, if I press set, you jump to HSI mode, and that mode it's pretty damn simple. And the H, it's using this color as reference. This is from the color wheel, and this color I can change the color that I want. For example, if I want the red ones, I guess I have to go all the way closer to 0, and there you go, red color. And if I press here, the icon changes to down there, and I can change the saturation, how much, and there you go. Pretty damn simple. You can do 360 different colors, very precise like that. Pretty damn neat. If I press set again, presettings on it already. For example, this one, it's the police. If I press set, I change to another setting. I guess this one is lightning. Another setting, this one it's fire. You know, you can explore with this icon, go up and down the ABC settings. It has a bunch of them. You just have to have fun with it and try to understand all these menus. Let's talk about the good. The good thing about this particular light is actually a bunch of stuff. The brightness, it's a very powerful box for a small thing like this. It has a, if I turn it down, it has a diffuser that helps a little bit. I really like this power button. So this power button, it's really neat because you won't turn this LED on by accident. I like it that it's small and flat like this, so when I put it on my bag, it doesn't turn it on. And use the battery, very, very simple controls. As you can see, it just has 3 buttons in 2 wheels. You can easily control all of this, but the cool thing is that you have the reference in the back and also in the front. So if you are filming yourself, you can easily turn the knobs to get the power or settings that you want. The build quality, it's something amazing. It's not really metal, I think it's a really good plastic, but this arm is metal. Yes, it's metal. It's really strong and really well made. I talked about this arm. I really love this thing. This thing is really amazing, and with the accessories that it came with, you can put this almost anywhere. So you have a ball head, and you also have this adapter to hot shoe, to anything else. So you have 3 screws over here, and with these 3 screws and this hot shoe over here, it makes this light adaptable to everything. As you can see in this case, this camera doesn't have a hot shoe. It should be impossible to attach a light like this, but I was able to manage, as you can see. And I have this space here to attach to a tripod over here. This is a perfect setup for vlogging. How nice is that? My camera actually has a small problem, is that if I put this light on it, it will cast a shadow, okay? Because the light it's far back in the hot shoe, it's far back on the camera, so the light will cast a little bit of a shadow. I had that problem with the Mirrorless, but with this guy, I had a really cool advantage, is that I put it on the camera, and with the arm, advance a little bit, and because of that, I could use that light without casting a shadow on me when I am filming like this. Very, very nice. Another thing that it's positive, you can charge it via USB-C that comes with the box itself. It should be standard and everything, but this one is USB-C, and I'm pretty damn happy. And the arm itself, as you can see, it has the hole to charge it. If the battery is dying on you, you just plug it on a battery bank and you will continue to have power on this bad boy. It has a small bag if you want to protect it better than I actually do, and as everything is standardized, you can use all the gear that you already have, so no problems in there. Not everything it's perfect with this light. Let's talk about the bad things. As you can see here, this arm, every time that I move, it scratches a little bit the surface. If you are a little bit cocky about your gear, keeping it clean, keeping it nice, maybe that will annoy you a little bit, because with time will scratch. Mine, I've been using this for 2 weeks now and it has no scratch at all, and I did use this a lot. Another thing that it's annoying is that the light itself, it's a little bit small. Okay, it's awesome and it's light, but it's a little bit on the small side. Another thing, the pixels, not really the pixels, the lens that is inside, it's very powerful and very compact in a small area. So if you want a softer light, you need a bigger light. The world isn't perfect. This one, it's pretty damn small, as you can see on my hands. Another thing that I found out is sometimes when I try to turn it on, pointed at me, the button was sometimes a little bit difficult to turn it on. So this thing, a more grippy area over here, I wouldn't mind at all. The battery, you cannot change it. Well, you could change it, just unscrew this. It has the battery reference right here. Now, if you have a power bank for your smartphone, you just plug it in here and you are good to go. Yeah, but you cannot change like, okay? So the diffusion, it's quite good, but it could be a little bit better if it was a little bit thicker. The diffusion material here, it's a little bit away from the LEDs. It would be a little bit better, but it would be a little bit thicker. I prefer this compromise. Maybe you don't. That's why I am pointing it, because if you get extremely closer, as I was trying to simulate the fire with the effects of this light, you can see the individual shadow of each individual LED. That could be a little bit of a problem. A solution for that, keep the LED a little bit away from you, or use a bigger diffuser for this and you are good to go, okay? Another thing that I'm not a great fan is that it didn't arrive with the tools to unmount this. So if you use this arm a lot, as I am using it, with time this needs to be tightened up a little bit, at least the Allen key from this too, so you can easily tighten up the arm. It's not a big deal, but there you go, there is something to point out. Let's go to the conclusion of this light. A very bad thing for this light itself is the price. It's worth the 80 bucks or 75 bucks or whatever it costs. It's worth the price because you have a lot of effects, you have a lot of options with this guy. But if you compare with something like this is a very cheap light that is a little bit bigger. You can buy one of those on the Amazon for 25, 30 bucks, and it's extremely cheap, but extremely plastic. The construction and quality of this thing, it's terrible. Terrible enough that I already broken. You can see that it's broken. If all of this goes, you don't have a place to put this light. This is way lighter than the other, but the batteries that he uses is these ones. These ones are pretty damn heavy. If I look at in here, this is way too heavy to put it on your camera and film yourself. It's about the same power, and if you are working on videos for a little bit, you probably have a bunch of batteries like this lying around, so it's perfect to use, but it's not practical. So today people are starting to use Canon batteries or Sony batteries and stuff like this. These batteries are disappearing, but old school guys have a bunch of batteries like this. It's not practical to put on your camera bag. Yeah, and it's all plasticky. But the problem is, if you go to the Amazon world page, this to light, you probably will choose this one because it's way cheaper and you don't care about the colors and the effects that this one has. This one is way more economic. It won't be when you buy these batteries because this batteries is a little bit expensive, so you're gonna get the price of this one, but let's talk about just about the light. You're gonna say to yourself, I'm gonna buy that one. And that is the main problem of that, is this light, although it's cheaper, honestly I am a little bit disappointed. Not this one. This one, it's impressing me all the time. The difference on options and power and everything, I really prefer this one. And I honestly, for God, I want to buy a second one because these things are pretty damn cool. I actually can arrange two lights inside of the other on my camera bag. So if I could fit this bad boy with this humongous battery on my camera bag, two of these won't be a problem at all. Dude, watch some reviews why this one it's more expensive than that one. I will be using a lot of this light to this YouTube, but as well to make photos, because you can really get very creative when you go using like colors and stuff like that, especially if you have a very controlled environment to use lights. I'm gonna use this guy. If you want to see some creative stuff that I'm gonna do with this light, check it out on my Instagram, because I'm gonna post some photos that I've been using this guy, and especially photos that I've been using to photograph the Milky Way. It has been lightened by this light. The field light that I use on those pictures has been this bad boy. There is just one